The EFL Cup second-round match between Grimsby Town and Manchester United on August 27, 2025, had some bright moments worth highlighting. Watching a fourth-tier team celebrate with such unbridled joy, as if they had clinched the World Cup, was genuinely uplifting. When a lower league side gets a day like this, especially after Rúben Amorim had promised better times ahead, it's only fair to let them savour the moment. Matches like these ending in a draw are far from unusual. Premier League teams often struggle against lower league opponents on smaller pitches, facing compact defences and sometimes needing a replay. Tottenham have faced similar challenges in the FA Cup. This time in the League Cup, it went straight to penalties. Away games at these grounds often mean poor pitch conditions. While the surface wasn't terrible this time, heavy rain caused waterlogging and drainage issues. When you're up against a packed defence and need to play ground passes, the task becomes significantly harder. What's puzzling is that despite knowing the pitch was waterlogged, making the ball stick and facing a deep block all second half, United kept trying to force their way through with low passes. Benjamin Sesko was on the pitch, a tall target, so why not cross? From the Arsenal game to Fulham and now this, the same issue persists. Even when desperate, they stubbornly refuse to adapt, as if they'd applied some mythical stubbornness oil. With 5 defenders against a compact defence, the flaws of that system, struggling to retain possession and break down deep blocks, were laid bare. Some argue the problem isn't the formation, but player mentality. That explanation only holds for penalties, where mentality matters. But during open play, especially in the first half with high possession, it's impossible to blame mentality. The pressure wasn't even that high yet. You could accuse them of complacency, but the players weren't lazy. They wanted to win, but given the vast gulf in quality between a Premier League side and a fourth-tier team, failing to score or even going 2 goals down can't just be pinned on the players. If the higher quality side can't break through, it's a tactical issue. The biggest tactical problem was the structure, the back 5. Here's the evidence. United played with 5 defenders for 85 minutes before switching to a back 3. How do we define this? By how many players drop back defensively? For 85 minutes, 5 defenders were involved in defensive phases. After the 86th, only 3 stayed back. With 70% possession, United were constantly facing a low block. The key takeaway is comparing how a back 5 and back 3 perform against compact defences. The stats don't lie. Before switching to a back 3, United had just 1 corner to Grimsby's 6. For a Premier League side to be so outdone by a fourth-tier team in creating chances is indefensible. 5 defenders simply lack the width to stretch defences and deliver crosses, the most reliable way to break down a low block. Without that, you're left with sterile possession, passing sideways like a headless chicken. After switching to a back 3, United earned 3 corners in 5 minutes, one of which led to their equaliser. The difference was stark. The back 5's limitations in possession-based play are clear. It requires excessive positional rotations, making it overly complex. A back 4's adjustments against a low block are simpler and involve fewer players. More steps mean more room for error. It's like solving a math problem. The more efficient the method, the better. The back 5 forces you to take convoluted routes to the same solution. Historically, the back 5 worked when defensive organisation was looser and games were more end-to-end. But since Jose Mourinho popularised ultra-compact low blocks, even weaker teams defend meticulously. A back 5's rigidity is now a liability. Wayne Rooney once hinted at this, saying constant positional changes exhaust players. Amorim's system demands even more complex rotations, which players struggle to execute. From the moment Erik ten Hag was sacked and Amorim hired, I warned this would fail. 10 months later, while others see hope, I see despair. The Arsenal game wasn't promising, it was alarming. If that was their best and they still lost, what's next? Those who backed Amorim over ten Hag don't need to apologise now, they're living the consequences. I expected Amorim's collapse in the second half of the season, but it's happened instantly. His ideas are too intricate for human execution. Maybe in 20 years with AI-controlled players, but not now. The psychological toll on players is evident. Matthias Cunha, once confident, now looks lost. His missed penalty, a weak effort after a stuttered run, showed his shattered nerves. Mbeumo fared slightly better but still cracked under pressure. These big money signings can't handle the weight of their price tags. Sesko, the brightest of the trio, is barely used. When he does play, United don't utilise his aerial ability, which is baffling. Defensively, the back five is a disaster. It leaves huge gaps on the flanks when wing-backs push up, making counter-attacks lethal. Grimsby's first goal exposed this. A back four's defensive transitions are more stable, with full-backs less exposed. Amorim's refusal to abandon the back five until desperation sets in is suicidal. His fear of a back four is pathological. A coach afraid of a fundamental system needs help. Should Amorim be sacked? Yes, but timing is critical. If United wait until after the transfer window, they'll have sold players suited to a back four and be stuck with misfits in a 4-3-3. The board must act before the window closes or commit to Amorim fully. Half measures will be catastrophic. Given their track record, they'll likely dither until October, by which point relegation will be a real threat. Amorim's pre-season optimism has evaporated. His high-intensity approach burned the squad out before the season even started. Now they're in freefall. His tactics only work against minnows. Against serious opposition, they're a liability. Unless United act fast, this will be another wasted cycle of chaos and regret. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe to show your support. See you next time.